Hello and welcome to Joanne's Healing Within. I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Colon, your certified personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, a mother, a wife, and I'm here to help you unreveal your best self in 2020. I'd like to remind you to share, like, and comment on today's show. And for those of you who have Roku or Amazon Fire TV, feel free to check us out there as well, and YouTube as well. I think we're actually live on YouTube today, so you might be watching from there. In any case, I want to give a big shout out to all of my advertising sponsors, and there's an actual flyer there with their contact information, just to sort of make this go a little faster, because there's so many of my advertising sponsors, which is a really great thing because that's what keeps this show running. So I'll give a big shout out to Sherry Simpson, who's our intuitive business guide. Susan Joy Mitchell, she's a nurse educator and also a Reiki practitioner. She has 2 books, and coming soon is a 3rd one that are available on Amazon and also Barnes & Nobles. And those books are called Visions, Lucky Starfish, and I believe the newest one coming out is called Journey. Then we have Gail Nicholson. She is a resilient coach and metaphysical practitioner. And then we have Rihanna Sun. She's a subconscious mind specialist and intuitive guide who loves to help you unplug from the metrics. And then Gabriella, she is our medical intuitive, CEO and founder of Alive Health Solution, and also Nick Rafter, who is our real estate agent and our journalism. And then we have good old Linda Boney, who's our feng shui consultant. And then, of course, who makes all this happen, which is Bobby behind the scenes. So we want to give a big shout out to him as well. So, guys, we are feeling a lot of energy going on over the last couple of months, and I want to make an announcement that today, being it is July 26, 2020, Mercury has gone completely direct, so we do not have any more issues with communication, traveling, scheduling, planning, and of course technology. So things should start to roll forward for everybody. I'm really hoping that's the case for me, as I have some projects that sort of been up in the air due to technology. So going forward, we are in the clear until at least October, and we'll save that conversation for a later date. So we don't have that to worry about. We still have the other 5 planets who are still in retrograde, which is Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, Neptune, and that little old guy, Chiron, which is the planet of the the wounded healer. So that may very well draw up some wounded issues from childhood and also past life. So if that's going on for you, just allow yourself to be in the energy and do what you can to really tap into it so you can begin to heal the process of that energy. But with all that being said, I like to bring in the energy for today and invite you to take a moment just to put your feet on the floor. If you've been going, I like you to also take a breath. But it's Sunday, guys, so hopefully you've had a chance to sort of do a little R&R where you get to rest and relax and rejuvenate into a new week. And as I said, put your feet on the floor, take a deep breath in, and let's see what we need to hear for today, for this week's energy. And know that the energy that I do for today, it's for today's energy for Sunday, but it could very well go into the full week as well. So what we're looking for is what chakra we need to focus on, what number is going to provide a hidden message, and there's always an affirmation. So let's see what we got going on here. The word here is old soul. Old soul. Now, what does that actually mean? Well, for every one of us who are watching, who are here, our viewers, if you're watching on the, we'll say replay, or if you're watching on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, wherever you're watching, this is letting you know that you've been here before. This is not your first time on Earth. You've been here before, and you have chosen to come back and possibly do things differently than you've done them in the past as an old soul. This also invites you to recognize that you have plenty of people, loved ones specifically, who have crossed over, who guide you in this lifetime. So you're never alone. So if there's ever a time where you feel as though you are alone or you need that clarity, all you need to do is really call on a loved one, which is an old soul for you, and have that connection and ask the questions you're looking to know the answers to. Chakra associated with this card is the solar plexus. And it's really interesting because did you know that the sun is actually that Sunday is ruled by the sun's energy? It is, after all, Sunday. So, and when we think about the sun's energy, that's all about the ego and our soul's purpose. And why do I bring that up? Because the sun is yellow and connects us right to this yellow energy of the solar plexus. So when you think about the solar plexus, it's all about the things that we do trust, the things we feel safe about and feeling secure. And many of us may not have been feeling so safe and secure over the last 16 plus weeks due to all that's going on collectively. But this is letting you know that it's really important to connect with your old soul so you can have that sense of security when you connect with someone from the other side. After all, as Sunday is being guided by the sun's energy, which allows us to be in that space of our ego and our soul's purpose. Now, your number here is 2 and 6. 2 is a representation of your partnerships, the partnerships that we do have with our higher selves, with our loved ones, angels, and spirit guides. So that's that partnership. And you may very well be connecting with people on this earth as well in a human form that may also be one of your old soul friends, for that matter, which is something I just heard, which means somebody needs to hear that. The number 6 energy is all about the things you are healing. Right now, this week, this is a magnificent, energetic week. After all, as mentioned, Mercury just went completely direct, so there's going to be a lot of healing going on this week. That 2 and 6 works into an 8 energy. The 8 energy is all about the abundance, harmony, balance, stability, and here's the fun one: infinity possibilities. Anything is possible when you can step into your intuition and can connect on a higher level into your old souls and knowing that you've been here before. So that's a powerful read. I do hope that that resonated with each and every one of you. And for any one of you who are interested in receiving a personal cosmic energy soul reading / forecast, feel free to email healingwithin76@gmail.com, and I will be more than happy to providing you a reading. And mention that you heard about the readings on the show today, and you'll also get a little special discount that will go with that reading. So with all that being said, and this is amazing energy we have going on, we're going to take a quick commercial break because I'm really excited to introduce you to 2 of my guests today that's been here before, and we're going to have an amazing conversation regarding something that the 3 of us have been doing for the last 16 weeks together, with other people as well, but these are the 2 who's showing up for this today. We'll be right back.
I'm Nick Rafter, native New Yorker and realtor. Looking for a new home or selling your current one is a stressful process. I'm here to make it a lot easier. I work with sellers, buyers, renters, and landlords in the 5 boroughs of New York City and in Nassau and Suffolk counties. My brokerage, Corcoran, offers state-of-the-art services to allow you to market your property to the greatest number of potential buyers or renters. And if you're the one moving, we have thousands of listings ready for you to check out. So give me a call at 347-610-9765 today, and let's talk about how to make your decision to move a lot less stressful.
Hello everyone, my name is Linda Boney. I'm a Feng Shui consultant and speaker. I'm the owner of Feng Shui Inspirations. Get inspired, move forward. I assist my clients in setting their space up for success, creating better health, wealth, and relationships. www.fengshuiinspirations.com, 347-223-0532. Thank you and blessings.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. If you are just tuning in, I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. And I was just sharing, let's see if I lost the card, which of course I did because I shuffled my deck again. I was just sharing with you about the amazing card we just had, which was called The Old Soul. I gotta stop shuffling my cards during commercial break. It was about the old soul, reminding you that you've been here before. This is not your first go around in this world, this place called Earth, and that you can call on your old souls for any type of guidance you're looking for. remember that the chakra associated with that card was all about the solar plexus. So really allowing yourself to trust that you're exactly where you need to be, and to trust that everything is in perfect divine order at this very moment. So with that being said, as I mentioned before we went to our commercial break, today I have two of my guests here. As the three of us have been working together over the last 16 plus weeks regarding a specific meditation that we've been doing for the last 16 weeks in what I like to call the 11-minute meditation and one card pull at 11:11 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, there are several others that participate in this specific event that we do, but these are the two that I was able to get to come on with us today, so we can share a conversation with each and every one of you and possibly encourage you to come join us as well, as this is a private group. And I decided to take this to a private group because we originally started it on Facebook Live, but I wanted to become more intimate and sacred based on the different things we would actually share in our meditations. So I would like to introduce both Nick Rafter, who's our real estate agent, and also he's our journalism. Journalism, is that how we say that, Nick?
Journalist.
Journalist, thank you. And then we also have Linda Boney, who is our feng shui consultant. And both of them are two amazing clients and guests. And they've been both on my show a handful of times. So by now you should be very familiar with their face. Unless, of course, you guys are new as the viewers, which is fine too. So let's dive right into this. I'd like to welcome both of you to being here today. How are both of you doing? Nick, how are you today?
Good, staying cool.
Good. And Linda, how about yourself?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Joanne.
Awesome. So as I said, the three of us have been working together over the last 16 plus weeks. Now, Nick, exactly, because I know you keep track of this stuff, exactly how many weeks have we've actually been doing this?
I think now we're at 16 officially.
Is it 16 officially?
This will be week 17.
Wow, that's a lot of weeks that we have been meditating together at 11:11 p.m. Eastern Time, which for many people find that to be a really challenging time because it is late for many of us, for many people to want to stay up to participate in this meditation. And I want to start off with first, what inspires each of you to be motivated enough to stay up past 11 o'clock to join me in our 11:11 p.m. Eastern Time, 11-minute meditation and one card pull. So we'll start with Nick.
Excuse me. Well, honestly, 11:11 isn't terribly late for me because I'm a night owl anyway. But there's been some nights where it has been tough to stay up. And I think for me, the major reason why it's worth it is, days now in this whatever you want to call it, it can be very extremely stressful. And it can be a lot to handle. A lot of information is being thrown at you. A lot of news is being thrown at you. A lot of things are going wrong. A lot of things are going awry. And so it's nice to have kind of a nightcap almost where you can just let it all go before you go to bed. Otherwise, what I found in the first week going on before we started meditating is I would go to bed with all of that stuff on my mind. And then I wouldn't sleep. Even if I fell asleep, I would wake up in the middle of the night. So much nicer to go to bed with a clear mind, clear idea of clearing out the day and just being able to go and rest your head with nothing weighing on.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And Linda, how about for yourself? What inspires you to attend and stay up past 11 o'clock? Because I know you have a very full day of many different activities that you do in your day. So what inspires you?
What inspires me is that in the beginning when COVID happened, there was a lot of anxiety, a lot of issues, and just a lot of stress. And just like Nick said, I'm a night owl also, so I tend to stay up that late. So it wasn't too much of a problem. But I just found myself also going on to bed, just weighing with all these worries and problems and anxieties and just what's going on. I'm an empath, so I just take it all in. I found the meditations and the 11:11 to be very meditative, very relaxing, and I found I slept better. Just as soon as I did it afterwards, we finished, I just slept better.
Wow. Yes. Yes. And it's really interesting that the three of us are classified and qualifiable as night owls. Because I too, I mean, 11:11 for me is not late at all. I mean, there are some nights where when 11, waiting up to for 11:11 is like, oh my God, am I gonna make it? Where I literally had to maybe set my alarm, take a nap for 30 minutes so I can be awake for 11:11. And has that happened to either one of you, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, I had sort of a stretch where I was working when I went back at work in early June, where I was getting up really early, and so the night being up that late at night was kind of tough, and I would find myself dozing at 10:30 and being like, do I need to even do this tonight? Because I'm going to sleep. But I think that I did need to do it. I think that it was important too, because there was once or twice where I think we didn't do it because we don't do it on the weekends, where I went to bed like normal and then I was up at 3 a.m. again.
Oh wow! And you think that has any impact on not doing the meditation that night?
I think so. I mean, it's not every night. It's not every time we don't do it, but there has been nights. I think there was one night last Saturday or last Sunday, where it happened to me, where I woke up at 3 a.m. and my thought, "Oh my God, the pandemic's never going to end," and I had this hole of anxiety and worry. And I really think it's because the last thing I read before going to bed had to do with, vaccines, immunities, and that kind of stuff. And that was the last thing that happened. And usually what I tend to do is after meditation, I don't go back to the news or I don't go back to any information. I either read my book or a little bit, then I go to bed.
Yeah, I was actually going to suggest that theoretically probably not be the best thing to be reading any energies that's going to raise the I don't know if it would be raising the vibration, but raising the anxiety level if you're reading something that's going to create a lot of worry in your psyche, for that matter. But thank you for sharing that. Thank you. And how about for you, Linda? Has there been a time where, like, in midpoint of your day where you needed to take a nap before jumping on 11:11?
I started doing that more lately because I tend to go really deep with the meditations and then fall asleep. So I'd rather just start taking a nap earlier, like about 9 or 10 o'clock. I really don't have much to do at that time, just watch TV. So I take a rest and then I set the alarm clock for it to come on at 11.
Yes, yes. Like I remember, I think it was one time last week, I think it was actually recent, where I had actually taken a nap. And before taking my nap, I set the alarm for 10:30 because Nick usually sends me a text of the Zoom link for our show, since he's the one who's recording it for us. Thank you for doing that, Nick. And set the alarm for 10:30 to receive the Zoom link, received it, sent the Zoom link out to everybody, reset my alarm to get up at 11 o'clock so I would be ready to go. And when the alarm went off at 11, I turned the alarm off. I said, I'm just going to lay here for 5 minutes. And, well, long story short, Nick is calling me on my phone. Are you coming on? And I'm like, oh, my God, what time is it? I was a little tired, I think. So, yeah, sometimes the 11:11 can be a little late. For most of us, even though we are night owls. But once we get going, at least from my point of view, as the one administering the meditation, once we get going, we tend to wake up. At least I tend to wake up from it. Do you find that to be the same for you, Nick?
And another thing, Joanne, I find is that when this all started, when I was getting up at 3 in the morning before the meditation, I was having nightmares every night. I was having bad dreams every night, and that was something that everyone was feeling at the time. And I'm finding now that I have them anymore at night, but if I do take a nap during the day, I'll have them during the day during the nap. And so the only thing that's different, and this has happened multiple times, where I will have a bad dream during a nap in the middle of the day, but I won't have them at night. And I think that, meditation, because I do sometimes do my own meditation on the nights that we don't meet, that has been helpful with that too. And I find that, like, I have friends of mine who don't meditate, or don't do anything, and they're still having nightmares. So I've invited them into meditation, and some of them have come once in a while to meditate with us. But I think that also is important, because going to bed with a different mindset, it does help your dreams too.
Yes. And Linda, did you want to add anything to that before we take a commercial break?
I also do an early morning, not early morning, but 11:30, I do another meditation. So I should do 2 meditations per day. But same thing like Nick said, it's really good to do it at night. That way it just sets the tone for me to go back to sleep and just restful. And I used to get nightmares also, and I stopped getting nightmares once I started being consistent.
Nice. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And for those who are watching and are not able to stay up late enough to 11:11, we do record most of our sessions, and they are available on my YouTube channel, which I will eventually put in the comments at some point when the show's over. So you can just go to the comments and find the channel, and then you can join and grab any of the meditations that you choose to want to watch. But before we take a commercial break, Nick, just let the viewers know how they can reach you.
Sure, you can reach me at my website, which is corcoran.com/NickRafter, or my writing website, which is nickrafterwrites.com. Or reach me at my email, nrafter@corcoran.com, or 347-610-9765.
Awesome. And Linda, how can they reach you?
So my website is www.fengshuiinspirations.com. My email address is fengshuiinspirations88@gmail.com. And my phone number is 347-223-0532.
Awesome. And there's a flyer for both of them. So if you guys didn't catch what they said, there's a flyer there. You can definitely read it. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to come back and share more about our 11/11 experience. We'll be right back.
When you open yourself up to actual energy work, makes that recovery progress so much faster. That recovery is possible. You do not have to live as a victim until your last days. You have unbelievable strength, and I know that because you're still here. Do you want to create something completely unrecognizable with your life? I can show you how.
Hi there, my name is Sherry Simpson. As an intuitive business guide, I help female service-based business owners to grow their business using their intuition, helping you to release the blocks and limits preventing your growth and allowing you to get the aligned action steps to take to grow your business. You can reach me at sherry@sherrysimpson.com, SHERRI @sherrysimpson.com. I look forward to helping you grow your business soon. Namaste.
If you are turned off by conventional medicine and their mantra, do you want meds for that? There's a better option. I'm Gabriella Mihalishan, medical intuitive and healer. Let me help you find the root cause of your illness and guide you through healing. My intuitive method directs your body to heal itself and removes barriers to healing. I invite you to schedule a session today at alivehealthsolutions.com.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just joining, I am your host, Joanne, and I have my two amazing guests, Linda Boney and Nick Rafter, here with me. And we are sharing about our experience of our 11:11 p.m. Eastern Time, 11-minute meditation and one card pull, and how we've been so committed to coming together for the last 16 plus weeks, and what's keeping us motivated and how it's changing our lives while doing this. So we just briefly spoke about, I think we spoke about, or maybe we didn't. For Nick, how has meditating the last 16 weeks changed your life, and what's changed since doing it?
I've learned to not stress over things I can't control. I think that's been the biggest change, because I always had sort of an obsession with trying to control everything. And, you know, I would basically fall apart if there was something that I couldn't control, that was beyond my control, that was affecting me. And this was the Titanic of things I can't control affecting my life. So meditation has allowed me to sort of accept what I can't control, accept what I can control, and focus on that, focus on the things that I have control over, and, you know, don't stress over things that I can't, and let the world play out the way it's going to play out.
Nice. Excellent. And for you, Linda, what has changed for you since participating over the last 16 plus weeks?
I've been more grounded as a result because I'm sleeping much better. And just like Nick said, I'm just not stressing out as much as about other things that we can't control, and just what I can control within my own environment I'm doing and what's in my own power, and just not letting the others stress about it. I also turn off the news. I don't watch it at night like I used to. I had to let go of a couple people who were stressing me out because of what's happening, and they constantly were just texting me, emailing me, and letting me know what's happening. And I just couldn't do that anymore. I just had to just let that go. So I'm transformed as a result. Definitely.
Awesome. And I'm glad that actually Linda said what she just said about she's let people go in regards to all that's going on, because I like to invite and give everybody permission to know that when we are in a space that we are in regarding COVID-19 and transforming, the whole process is really about letting things go that no longer serve. And that thing could, and I don't want to refer it as a thing, but it can also be related to people. And we can very well let people go that really do not serve. And how do you know what that actually means? Well, when you're around someone's energy, whether it's on the phone or actually with them face to face, and you're feeling drained or fatigued, or you're feeling like you're not getting anything out of that relationship, it's a good probability that they're no longer serving you. And you can let them go for now. And if at any time they start to raise their vibration to then be again in your same frequency, they may very well come back, and then the experience may very well be different. So always understand that just because we let people go doesn't mean we're letting them go forever. We're letting them go for that moment. And should they finally get back into the same frequency as you are, they'll come back in. And this also goes with family members as well. So I don't want anyone to think, well, this is only a matter of friends or coworkers. This could be about family members. So if you're having a challenging time with a family member during this time and they really wear down your energy, my suggestion would be visit them as little as possible. And when you do need to be around their energy, try to keep yourself in a more higher frequency and focus on some of their strengths versus focusing on the things that make you crazy about them. Because there's always going to be something that makes us crazy about people. So we can focus on their strengths. So thank you for sharing that, Linda. I appreciate that. Because that's an important attribute that many of us may not even feel like we can do, is to let people go. So thank you for that. Mm-hmm. Next question I'd like to ask, and we'll start with Linda this time. In regards to our 11-11, what is your favorite part of the 11-minute meditation in one card pull?
I find the one card pull really interesting when you do it, Joanne, because it gives us an idea of the chakras and what a word is on the card, and it gives us more insight. So when we go into meditation, we're actually focusing on that. I find it really fascinating. And the numerology is interesting too. I really like it.
Excellent. Love that. And how about for you, Nick? What is your favorite part of our session?
I think it's definitely the meditation itself, because I never know where I'm going to go with it, and I tend to get lost in it. It's really interesting how sometimes I don't even remember the day during the meditation until you say, come back into the room. I have no, and there are times where you start asking questions afterwards, and I guess maybe I should change my answer. My favorite part is going over what happened during the meditation at the end. I think that's what it is, because I don't even know what happened, and I'll hear you say something like, what did your higher spirit tell you? And I'll tell you what, and then I'll watch the video back days later, and I'll hear everything you're saying in meditation, and I'll remember that I don't remember any of that. I remember. So it's almost as if my mind and my body was responding to your cues without my brain even telling me, my ears hearing it.
Yes.
Like telepathy or something. I don't know. But I always find that interesting, coming back and then telling you what happened, because I feel like you're also taking on that trip, and you're like, oh, really, that happened? Oh, wow, that, and then I'll go back later on and watch it and realize where you were taking us after the fact.
Exactly. And it's interesting because my favorite part of the meditation is watching all of you. There are times where I'll go into a meditative state as well, but being able to see each and every one of you in the actual experience of the meditation and what your body is doing during the meditation. And I don't know if you read, like Nick says, he goes back and he'll rewatch one of the episodes. But it's amazing to see how each one of your bodies actually move and does what it does during the meditation. I find it fascinating. Sometimes to the point where I've seen and witnessed where you're moving so much that I feel like you're gonna literally fall off the chair. And like, oh, hopefully that she's not gonna fall or he's not gonna fall. But it's really fascinating to see how your body just does this like shifting and this forward and this whole vibrational energy. And I think it was sometime last week, which was a really weird experience. As I was guiding you through your meditations, I'm not sure who it was because I couldn't really pinpoint. The only thing I could pinpoint that it was not masculine energy. My entire left back of my leg, my hamstring down to my calf, down to my toes, went completely numb. That during the actual meditation, all I kept saying is someone's energy, that whatever we were meditating on that particular day, that moment, had a lot to do with the energy not moving, which created the numbness in my leg. Now, as Linda mentioned earlier, she's an empath, and so am I. So I pick up the physical energy that goes on when we're meditating. So if one or more have something going on that's preventing them from moving forward or whatever not, I may very well be feeling that in my body. And that particular day specifically, it took my leg, I would say about 20 minutes after the meditation was completely finished, when we came off, where I was able to get feeling back into my leg. And I was like, wow. So that to me is extremely exciting, and it's my favorite part, where I actually get to see each one of you go through this whole process of transforming as we go through the energies. And also because you've been with me for the 16 plus weeks and several of the other ones too, watching and experiencing how you are transforming from when you first started to where you are now. And that part extremely excites me. It's like, wow, the transformation that's taken place is amazing. So that's my favorite part. Now, in reference to what's one piece of advice you would offer to the viewers? Let's start with Linda. In regards to if you were to try to encourage them to come on and participate with us, what would be that one piece of advice?
One piece of advice would be to try it out. I know a lot of times we have trouble getting meditation into our schedule. I know I did, and also had a lot of trouble concentrating during meditation, but now I'm much better doing it. So just come on, try it out with us and see how it is.
Thank you. Yes. And Nick, how about for you? What's one piece of advice you can give somebody who may have a little bit of reservations about meditating?
Yeah, I would say keep an open mind about it. I think that the first few times you do it, you're not going to, I wouldn't say you're going to get it. You can get something from it, but you're not going to do it correctly. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's not going to be as strong as it will be, a few days or weeks. I mean, the first few times we did it, it was a new experience. But I can look back now and say that I probably wasn't doing it right. Most of the time, my mind was wandering sometimes, and it was creating a hazy look. And I think you have to sort of give it a chance, give it time, and be dedicated to it. I mean, it's really not one of those things you can do once and then say, all right, I'm done. You have to do it maybe 3 or 4 times before you really understand what you're doing.
Exactly. And I do want to add to the comment about doing it right or wrong. Theoretically, there is no wrong way of meditating. And whatever the individual gets out of their session during the 11-minute process of meditation is what they get out of it. And there is a lot to observe. There's a lot to take in when we do this meditation, as Linda was mentioning, and I'll just show a card that theoretically, it happens to be orange. Isn't that interesting? That when we do our meditation, we're focusing on a specific chakra color, which is the color here. We're focusing on an affirmation, which just happens to say unconditional love. And then we're focusing on numbers, which is 9 and 6. And there's 2 numbers here. So there is a lot to take in when we meditate. And whatever the individual receives during that meditation is what they need to receive. So they may be focusing more on the specific color, versus the affirmation or versus the number. And that's fine. So there is no wrong way of meditating. And as Nick did say, which I like that too, is that, yeah, trying it out for one time is not going to be enough to know whether or not this is something for you. Because theoretically, on any transformational level at all, it's something that you have to do as a practice. The more you practice on the meditation, the more, for one, it's easier to allow yourself to really go in and connect spiritually. And when I use the word go in, meaning that you're disconnecting from the ego and you're disconnecting from the need to have to do something. This whole process is really about a very easy process where you don't really have to work really hard to do anything to get to where you're going in the meditation. And so I definitely invite everybody to come in and try. And I would say, and this is going to be my number, I'm going to ask Linda and Nick their number in a second. I would say to at least give it anywhere between 3 or 4 consecutive, not consecutive, 3 or 4 times in a row to do the meditation before you decide whether or not it's for you. Linda, for you, how many days would you consider someone to trying it out before they decide whether it's for them or not?
I would say 4 days.
4 days, yes. And Nick, how about for you?
I was going to say a week, which is 4 days for us, but that's how long it took me to really get into it. I think I started on a Friday, so it was a little bit longer for me because I came in after the weekend again. But 1 week is probably enough to really get into it and understand what you're doing.
Exactly. And when we actually first started doing our 11-11, if I'm not mistaken, I think we did it right through Sunday to Monday, correct? Or did we skip Sundays?
I think we did. I think that I didn't join in during that one weekend, but I know that I came in kind of sporadically at the start, and then, did it every day. And I think until I started doing it every day, it was only when I really started getting a lot out of it.
Yes, yes. So, and yes, as of right now, we meet Monday through Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, or as close to 11 as we can get, because there are times where either A, we run a little late, or B, I really do try to make sure everyone gets on before we start, so no one's missing out on anything. And so we do meet as close to 11 as possible. We're going to be taking another quick commercial break. And when we come back, I'm going to find out if both Linda and Nick would like a card reading for today to end our show with. Otherwise, we'll just continue talking about our 11-11 experience. Linda, let the viewers know how they can reach you.
At www.fengshuiinspirations.com. My email address is fengshuiinspirations88@gmail.com. And my number is 347-223-0532.
Awesome. And Nick?
You can find me at corporate.com/Nick Rafter or nickrafterwrites.com. Also, nrafter at corcoran.com or 347-610-9765.
Awesome. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to have some more going on. We'll be right back.
I'm Nick Rafter, native New Yorker and realtor. Looking for a new home or selling your current one is a stressful process. I'm here to make it a lot easier. I work with sellers, buyers, renters, and landlords in the 5 boroughs of New York City and in Nassau and Suffolk counties. My brokerage, Corcoran, offers state-of-the-art services to allow you to market your property to the greatest number of potential buyers or renters. And if you're the one moving, we have thousands of listings ready for you to check out. So give me a call at 347-610-9765 today, and let's talk about how to make your decision to move a lot less stressful.
Blessings. My name is Rianya Sun, and I'm a subconscious mind specialist. I help people to unplug from the matrix, and I am the creator of the miracle healing technique. And I love to assist people to be sovereign and free. You can find more information at miraclehealingtechnique.com or find me on my personal Facebook page, Rianya Sun, VRYANNAIASUN.
Hello and welcome back to Joanne's Healing Within. For those of you who are just popping in, I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. I have my two amazing guests, Linda Boney and Nick Rafter here. And we've been sharing with you all about our 11:11 p.m. Eastern Time, 11-minute meditation, and one card pull. And also want to remind you before I go further, remember to share, like, and comment on today's show. And now back to the conversation. During our commercial break, Linda had asked me about sharing why I chose 11:11 as the time to meet. And that's a really good question to why I chose 11:11. Why didn't I choose 11 o'clock? Why didn't I choose 10 o'clock? Well, when we think about numerology in itself, 11:11, for one, the 11 is a very powerful number. It's what we call a master number, which means it's all about our higher self. And when we think about meditation, it really is about going into a space where we open up a portal to connect with our spiritual self, where we're our physical being, and then that connection, that balance between our spiritual being. And I love this expression. We are spiritual beings living a physical and human experience. So theoretically, we are all spiritual. And when we can connect to that 11 o'clock hour, that opens up that portal for us to connect on a much higher level. Now, the double 11 is a whole nother frequency where it really is about, some may say the 11:11 hour is about making a wish. And it's not wasting a wish on something small. It's taking it and really making a wish on something so extraordinary, something so out of the ordinary that you would never think could ever manifest. And using that 11:11 hour to do that, because the portals are open on a much higher level. It's like, for example, when we think of the calendar date, the 11th, every month on the 11th, that 11 energy day allows us to have that energy where the veil is so thin that it helps us to really connect on a higher level. So that's the reason why I chose the 11:11 hour. Now, why did I choose 11:11 p.m. as opposed to 11:11 a.m.? Question to that is primarily because 11:11 a.m. I am busy working with clients. So I would not be able to be completely committed to that time frame. And when I do something, I like to make sure I can be committed to what it is I'm doing so I can show up on a regular basis, especially to something relating to meditation. Because as both Nick and Linda said earlier in prior to our break, it's very important to do this meditation as a practice. And if we only did it once a week or every so often, it wouldn't be as beneficial. So that's why I chose the 11:11 p.m. hour rather than the a.m. hour to do this. So Linda, thank you for asking that question during the commercial break. So with that being said, I always like to offer my guests a reading. Reference to something they may need to hear. They might have a dying question that they want guidance on, or they may want just the universe to provide them some insight. So with that being said, Nick, which would you like to go? Would you like to ask a specific question that you would like guidance on, or would you like the universe or your higher power to offer you some guidance?
I think general guidance today, because I don't have anything specific that I'm looking at, but I'm interested to see what they have to say.
All right, so general guidance. All righty. All righty, what does Nick need to hear today? All righty. Getting the cards to flow. All right, and it's so funny because as I was shuffling, I actually turned the cards around. So theoretically, if I didn't turn these damn cards around, your card would have been upright. But I turned it. Something said to turn the card. So the card here for you is all about karmic completion. However, those of you like Linda and Nick both know when a card shows up in reverse, it means there's a little bit of resistance, a little resistance. And when we think about karmic completion, it means there's a cycle of karmic energy that's coming to an end. Now, what are we resisting here? Are we resisting the fact that we need to get grounded so that karmic energy can get completed? Or are we resisting the fact that that one energy is letting you know that there's something new coming in? You're not going to be in the stagnation of COVID-19 forever. And when you can release the resistance of saying, how long is this going to last? When are we going to be going forward? That allows you to let go of the resistance and it opens up that karmic energy to have a completion. Now, Nick, do you feel as though with all that's been going on, you've gone through a karmic cycle?
I feel like I've gone through a few of them, actually.
So not just one, huh?
No.
Awesome. Awesome. And do you feel as though there's something that you're holding on to that's preventing the karmic cycle to come to completion? That's where the resistance come in?
You know, I mean, that's, I have to think about that more. Yes, I don't know exactly where, pinpoint down where that is, but it might be that there's multiple examples of that. You know, there's stuff with family, there's stuff with the work, career, pandemic related stuff, you know, that I'm just not, I don't want to say prepared to close, but just haven't closed yet. I'm starting to feel very much like there's this coming around happening, this energy of a completed circle beginning to end and multiple places here. So I don't know whether that has to do with that. Maybe there's something that I'm doing that's not allowing that circle to close.
Interesting. And what's coming to me as you were saying that, two things. Before I was on the show today, I was actually speaking with my astrologer, and he too was just saying something about he feels like the energy is shifting. And I think theoretically the energy is shifting based on numerology. We are moving out of the 7 vibration energy, which is all about how we analyze, how we overthink, how we're always trying to figure things out. And we're moving into that 8 energy, which is all really more about the harmony and the balance that we are really moving into. So I think that alone is going to be a karmic completion for you as well. So does this resonate with you? Yeah,
it does. I mean, I had to really go in there and dig out where that is, but yeah, no, I see these almost like streams of circles unable to come to complete closure. And I don't know why, but I can definitely meditate on it and figure it out.
Good. Excellent. Thank you. Excellent. And Linda, for you, would you like guidance or do you have a question?
General guidance.
General guidance. We all want general guidance. I would be asking questions.
I don't know what to ask.
Okay. I always have questions. There's always something I need to know. All right. So this is for Linda. She wants general guidance. And I'm not going to turn to cards. Oh, and I think I should have. Your card's in reverse as well. And your card is all about surrendering. Surrendering. What is it that you are resisting? What is it that you're not ready to surrender? What is it that you're holding on to? It's almost similar to that karmic completion that Nick has. It's in reference to something that you need to surrender, but you're holding on so tight to it that once you do release the resistance, you'll be able to surrender whatever it is. Now, the chakra associated with the card is the heart center. So what I hear is that there's something in the heart center that you're holding on to that's causing the resistance, that you're ready to let it go, but there's something you're holding on to. So whatever that might actually be. And we're gonna get probably a better answer when we look at these numbers. 6 and 8. So the 6 energy is all about the things that you are healing and how you are healing. The 8 energy, which again goes right into the energy that we're moving into as we move into August, is about the harmony and the balance that we're coming into. That 6 and 8 works out to a 14, so it comes out to a 5. So as you begin to change something, you'll let go of that resistance, and then you'll be able to surrender whatever it is that you feel like you need to hold on to. And recognize that by holding on to it, it's not serving you. Does that resonate?
It does a little bit. I'm trying to think what that is.
I've been doing a lot of changes. So, and I'm
Yes.
letting go of that. I'm surrendering to that. So,
Yes, yes. It could just be the factor of there's so much to let go of, and it's just like, oh my God, I got to do some more. And it could be just that. Is that what I just heard? That there's so much. And we have, as a collective, many of us, if not all of us, have really worked on letting a lot of things go with COVID-19. And it's almost like, oh, I have to let that go too? Like, oh, really? And that's where the resistance might be. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just like that, like you have a list of 10 things and you're like, oh my God, there's one more? Really? And that's a little resistance. And that could be what it is. Does that make sense?
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So again, as I did the card readings for both Linda and Nick, I can offer readings to each and every one of you, my viewers. If you are interested in getting your own reading, feel free to email healingwithin76@gmail.com for that private reading, and I'll be more than happy to sending you my rates. Mention that you saw our show today, and you'll get a special rate for this show only. Before we take another quick commercial break for our conclusion, Linda, let them know how they can reach you.
www.fengshuiinspirations.com. My email address is fengshuiinspirations88@gmail.com. And my number 347-223-0532.
And Nick, give them that one piece of contact information they can reach you at.
Corcoran.com/Nick Rafter or nrafter@corcoran.com or 347-610-9765.
Awesome. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And when I come back, we're going to be giving you the conclusion of today's show. We'll be right back.
Hello everyone, my name is Linda Boney. I'm a feng shui consultant and speaker. I'm the owner of Feng Shui Inspirations. Get inspired, move forward. I assist my clients in setting their space up for success, creating better health, wealth, and relationships. www.fengshuiinspirations.com, 347-223-0532. Thank you and blessings.
Hello, are you an entrepreneur, healer, author, publisher, life coach, or living in purpose? I am Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, the host of Joanne's Healing Within TV show, and I am currently accepting guest applications for those of you who are ready to shine your light, inspire others, and share your story, and step in front of a much larger audience, such as Roku, Amazon Fire TV, YouTube, and of course Facebook. I am currently offering special rates for those of you who are interested in inspiring others and shining your light. Email your bio and story to healingwithin76@gmail.com.
Hello and welcome back, or welcome for those of you who are just joining. Remember to share, like, and comment. I am your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. And I had my two amazing guests on, Linda Boney and Nick Rafter. We had a conversation about our 11:11 p.m. Eastern Time, 11-minute meditation, and one card poll. I invite you to come join us. We meet Monday through Thursday at 11:11 p.m. Eastern Time. I will put in the comments the YouTube channel you can catch us on when you're not able to make us at 11:11, or you could join in on the Zoom. With all that being said, I'd like to invite all of you to join. Anyone who's interested in participating as a guest who'd like to share and shine your story, feel free to email your bio and story at healingwithin76@gmail.com. And for anyone who's interested in getting a reading, feel free to join me. And you can email healingwithin76@gmail.com. And remember, today is Sunday. I will be on my Facebook page live giving free Cosmic Energy Soul readings. So come join me there, 8 p.m. on my Facebook page. Till then, I will see you all back here next Sunday. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the day and stay cool wherever you are. Bye-bye for now.